let's jump.
Let's do
Wait,
recording.
we
And
can jump.
Yay! Let's move.
Jump for joy, jump for joy.
Oh.
Even though neither of our names are Joy, we're still jumping for joy.
It's so good to start the day like this. Stretching, breathing, raising energy, yeah, and receiving love.
Sending love.
Sending love. We cannot keep it to ourselves. We receive love, so we send love. Easy. It's simple like that. We receive, and it irradiates from us joyfully and naturally. Receive, just receive. You that are listening, you that are watching us, receive. Give yourself permission to receive.
I was imagining permission to receive, but I was imagining that people were going into your hospital and people were receiving as they were coming in.
Yeah.
They were receiving all this love and all this joy that's coming their way, and they're going, oh, I feel so comfortable. I trust the doctors. Everything's going to be fine. I'm feeling good.
Yeah. I had decided to work less in the hospital, but then this COVID thing came and I decided to stay because, well, I feel my mission and it's important to keep the energy there. But people has to permit themselves to receive because lots of good energies are there too. But you have to open to receive because we cannot force you. We cannot force no one. It's not permitted. That's the one thing that is forbidden, to make someone do something. No. Freedom. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Freedom to receive, freedom to heal, freedom to live, freedom to feel joyful. Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, and your body gives you freedom, whether you're sitting in a chair or you're lying down or you actually have the freedom, complete freedom to joy. You still have freedom to move your eyes, to move your fingers, to wiggle your toes, to notice that if you're swallowing, right? There's so many things that are going on, and you have the freedom still to enjoy your life. I caught a little bit of a movie last night. I was just flicking through to see if there was any, and it was just the end. I don't know if you've ever, it was called Me Before You. And it's a story of a man that was a very big athlete that becomes a paraplegic or a quadriplegic. And the whole relationship between he and the woman that starts to take care of him. And there's so much more going on when we allow ourselves to experience the more going on. If we get out of our box of beliefs and about, oh, how life isn't working for us, or it could be better, or woe is me, and start to think joyful, 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 happier. What can I work? What's working for me? What are the benefits of this situation? There's much more that's healing within ourselves from our heart all the way out.
Yeah. You always can choose something better. Yes, maybe you are down to your head, but you always can choose something better. Maybe it's not a big jump right now, but slowly, step by step, baby step by baby step, you can always choose better, starting here in your mind with your decision. And I now choose something better for me. Even if I feel drowning, if I feel oh awful, okay. Do I wish to stay thinking I'm feeling awful, or do I wish I say I will become better, and this will become better, and I will focus on what I wish. I will focus on the light. I will focus on the light at the end of the tunnel, and I know I can go there. I can go there. I can reach for help, but it is me that have to decide to choose a better way. It is me. It is you.
Yes, and that was what this gentleman was saying is he thought he had a good life because he was an athlete and he was rich, but he realized he was kind of a, I think the word he used was a jerk, but in worse terms. And he was never opened his heart. He never embraced the small aspects of life. He really had only seen it from one perspective. And so it's healing. We love to think of health as just having this perfect body and going, oh, we look a certain way and we do a certain thing. But health is different for each of us because health just is.
Yeah.
Right? Our body knows what it needs to do, and the universe knows what we need to do to bring this equilibrium from our mind all the way through to our body and our soul to really heal from the inside out. You just have to be willing to trust the process to say, I want to feel better. I want to find a new result. And then in that process, trust that sometimes what looks like might be more pain is actually breaking down to get you to the glory, to the real joy.
I didn't see that movie, but I'm quite sure he was not a jerk. We are not jerks. We are doing our best, but we can always choose better. If we don't like what we have now, if we would like something better, if you would like to have more joy instead of more suffering, well, you can focus on your suffering. That's a choice too. Even if you don't think you are choosing, you are choosing, but you also can choose a better life. Yeah. And what Jacqueline said makes all the sense. When I was sick in one of my big illness, I was about 4 years to heal. It was a lot, and I was suffering every day. And every day I wrote. I read a book from Louise Hay that is she is wonderful. She was, but she is because she will be with us all the time. And I wrote lots of good sentences, and I every day, every night, even when I was in pain, I couldn't sleep. I would wake up because I was in pain. I would take my pills, but it was not enough. So I every time, every night, every day, I would read my papers with those lovely sentences that every day I'm better and better. And I wasn't better, but I kept repeating, I kept believing, and now I'm free, I'm free, I'm free. So don't give up.
Yes, it like we've been programmed to want to take a pill or have a set timeline. Take this medication for every day or 3 times a day for 90 days, refill your prescription, go to see the doctor, have your treatments, and then you'll feel better, right? When you're healing from the inside out, it can be I've seen it happen where, I've had people come to me and can't move their shoulder, above their arm. And then all of a sudden, whoo, in 1 hour, they're like, wow, what happened? So I've seen that. And I've seen people that have been diligent about wanting to have a healing. They've been wanting and wanting, and they're focused. And it takes longer for them. And then they get discouraged. And if they really look, sometimes they can still see they're lugging along some beliefs about how their healing is supposed to occur. So anything can be healed, not necessarily every person, because we're not God, we're not source. We don't know the big game plan. And in every movie, there has to be different roles playing, right? There's everybody plays a different role to make the movie work. So that's the way I look at it, is that I'm not my body. I'm much more than my body, but this particular experience, I'm having this experience, and I'm glad that I've been able to suffer like Mena previously in order to be in this space of joy now that I can share, because I believe that's the great paradigm shift that we're having now, that everybody's realizing that health is in your hands, it's in your body, it's in your heart. It's something that you can tune into, and it can blossom from within. We're glad to have the doctors, we're glad to have the naturopaths and everybody alternative. I'm just saying that you've got, it starts here. The core is here, and then you're guided to who needs to help you.
And I like pills, and I believe in pills, and I like medicine, and I believe in medicine, but it's not enough. And you can have the best of both worlds. And you take a pill to take off your pain, but you don't take a pill to take off the root of your pain. So you have to work that. It's not medicine that heals that. It's you. It's your medicine from inside out. It is you. You have to do your part. Medicine can help. Yes, it can help, but it's not enough. The responsibility is yours. And yes, you are not your body. Your body is your vehicle in this earth, but you are much more. You can choose, you can decide, you can open your eyes and see there is much more than bodies. And our spirits, our inner force, it's what counts more. So Lisa would say that there are no incurable diseases. There are diseases that are curable from the inside. Yeah. So I learned it. It was hard because I was resisting. I wished to heal, but my mind resisted that it was possible to heal in one night or things like that. Yes, our minds are used to resist, so they resist. Is it good for you? No, don't resist. Go with the flow. There is a bigger energy, wisdom that knows more than our body, and that our minds, and if our minds give up, and just follow the flow and trust, there is an inner bigger mind that knows much more. Body will heal. Our body will heal. It will. It will. Easier and faster. Mhm. Yes, I believe that because I experienced that in my body,
Yeah.
and I see every day. It does result, but you have to allow it. That's the only have I say. Of course, you don't have to allow it, but if you don't allow it, you stay as you are or worse. Because we are here to evolve. We are here to be naturally healthy and wealthy and abundant and loved and everything. naturally. And if we don't permit that, well, the universe takes the floor of our feet, and we fall, and we don't like the man in the movie, but then we learn or we die. That's a choice too.
And I know for me, I was resistant. You know, I did believe things could sort of be healed, but really, for me, I wasn't so sure. And and so I had the first experience where I had a bloody eczema rash on my chest. And one had been doing whatever I could alternatively, aromatherapy, positive affirmation, chakra balancing, my heart opening, letting go, relaxing, and nothing was working. And I went to a 1 day conference, and it wasn't a Tony Robbins, big thing, and it wasn't a big personal development. It wasn't a big gospel event. It was just sitting there quietly listening to people talk with the intention that we were here absorbing healing streams. We were listening to some of the words that Bruno Gruning had shared when all the healings had happened after the Second World War in Germany. And I was dozing on and off. I was, this is so boring. Because people were literally just talking like Mena and I are talking now, it was just like, oh, where's the excitement? However, the next morning I woke up and my skin was baby soft. And I looked all day long. I kept looking and looking and going, where did it go? What did I do? How did that happen? Am I seeing things? Is it coming back? And that's something else. What we're so used to, those ideas, is when something starts to work in our favor that's unexpected, so many times we go, oh, that can't be, right? And so if I wasn't in an area and a group in a community in the sense of friends, they were like, oh my gosh, you just had one of those miracle healings. It's just natural. I would have probably kept focusing on, why isn't it there? Come back. Like, where did you go? I need to do something for it to go away. And those are things you also need to be careful of. Once you start to feel better, do you let even other people say to you, oh, are you sure you're okay? You sure you're not having that pain again? You sure you should be doing that? They say those things because they love you and they care about you. But at the same token, it can help pull you back to where you were, right?
So just think, just realize that, oh, I'm okay. I'm getting better. I'm fine. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Celebrate. Celebrate each victory. It's a victory. Oh,
And maybe you need to put on a song to remind yourself, like Celebrate, or the dancing song, or just put us back on and we'll go, yes, maybe we're the only two people in your world that believe that anything is possible and you can heal from the inside out. Then keep watching us over and over, and the vibe will be in your house, and you'll start to experience that conviction within yourself that you're on the best path for you.
and as I was very mental and very scientific, and of course, we don't have, it's not our fault. There are no faults. But I learned to be like that, or I was raised to be like that. My fathers did the best they could. My teachers did the best they could to raise me and put me ideas in my head, and I absorbed it like everyone else. We absorb Ideas when we are a child. We believe in the truth. Everything is truth for us. So we don't have a filter and we accept everything in our head. But now we are growing up. I am growing up. I am an adult. I can choose and I can see, oh, this thought I have in my head, is it good for me? Does it suit me? Is it useful? It makes me happy and healthy and wealthy and abundant and loving. No, it tides me. Oh, if it tides me, I don't want it. No more. But as I was very scientific and very mental, I would go to to those groups. I would go, but I would see in the internet, and the people were healed, or they would say they were better, and nothing happened for me. Nothing happened for me because I didn't believe that. So I wish to be healed, but nothing happened for me because I didn't believe it would be possible. But it was possible for them, and I was seeing other people getting better. So I was asking me, okay, what makes them better? I don't believe that, but something is making them better. So somehow I started to open. It, it took me years. It took me years, but it can be faster for you if you are not so mental as me, if you're not scientific as me, and I got my proofs. They were becoming better. Okay, maybe a placebo, but they were getting better. I wasn't. So what was better? What do I wish to have reason or to be well? So
Great,
open your
great question. Reasons or be well. That's awesome.
yeah, because you are always right. Always. Whatever you believe, you are right. Your reality will be done for you. It will be presented for you as you believe. So what are you choosing to believe now? Are you opening yourself to try a bit different? Why do those thousands of people think different than me? Is there a little bit reason that they can have that I don't know? You don't have to go there or think like them, but can you try? Can you open and see? Okay, I like it. I don't like it. Let me try, like Jacqueline did. It was boring, but she was there. She opens a bit to receive the energy, and she got it. Yes, congratulations. Yeah, do you remember that music? Congratulations. And I don't know the lyrics. La 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 la.
And have fun with it. And give yourself permission to cry or to get angry when it isn't going your way. Sometimes just feel like, why didn't it work this time? Or why am I still feeling this way? Because that's healing also. That could be the sense that deep down there's this root that says nothing ever goes exactly the way I want it. And you need to let that go and trust, because each of us has our own unique expression. Each of us has our own unique path to travel. Each of us is a unique expression, like a sun ray. If you look, and you're like an extension of the sun, and that ray that keeps coming out, and it gets there and it goes more vibrant and it expresses and it shines the light. And that's what each of us has the power to do, to shine that light and be connected, or we can retreat and stay in in a sense, the darkness, in the shadow of where the light is shining, and be afraid to speak our truth or what is coming up for us, our fears, releasing them. Sometimes just speaking them out can just release them, and they dematerialize before your eyes, and then someone else turns around. You know, one of the things during the pandemic is the social distancing. And for me, I respect people's distance, but when we're together and we're standing for freedom of choice, I'm the hugger. And I have the sign that says hugs. And I say, if you would like a hug, I'm happy to give you one. And some people haven't had a hug in months. And they look at me and they go, really? You'll give me a hug? And I'm like, yes, I totally know that I'm healthy and that my healing vibe is going to help you, my love, my joy. And they go, really? Oh, and they like grab on me almost sometimes, some of them, like it was the last hug they might ever get. And it's the first hug they've ever had in that they can remember. And I feel so good to be able to give that to them. And something as simple as a smile. Other people would say, oh, no, thank you. And I go, do you want a virtual hug? Right? And so we give each other virtual hugs and they'd smile. And I know they're feeling better. And so those simple little things are what I do day to day to get people to realize it's okay. It's okay. There's so much other goodness going on that you don't even know that you don't even know. So why just focus on the pandemic? Focus on social distancing from the negative thoughts in your life. You know, start to put those negative thoughts in your life 6 feet, 2 meters away from you. Yeah. Start to think of social distancing as what do you need to do to keep yourself free and feeling good and feeling joyful.
Yes, don't force yourself, because if you are afraid that something can go wrong. So don't force yourself. But start opening, start seeing what can you do. I work at a hospital and my 93-year-old father lives with me, and I hug him every day because I think it's very important for him. He he is in social distance. He doesn't leave home. Well, but I hug him every day. I don't force him to do other things he would not think they are good for him. But well, okay, I take a bath first. I change my clothes. I do what it's important for him to feel safe. You know, it's important you do what you believe it's good for you to feel safe. But you are understanding. Jacqueline said it all. Receive the energy at least.
Yeah.
You cannot, if you receive, it's not to hug a person physically, hug energetically, but hug, love, receive the love, receive love. We are here loving you. We are here loving you. Do you love yourself? Please, do you love yourself? Because if you love yourself, you need nothing more. I can be alone in a desert island for 20 years. I love myself. I I get all the love I need. I don't need people to love me. Of course I like it. But I have a bigger love that I receive from the heart and from inside. And I'm okay with it. If you are still looking outside, search within, search within. You have it. Open yourself to your love that wishes to grow and to expand. And that is breaking the egg many things that are happening now is for us to break the earth and to grow,
To
to grow.
blossom.
Not to stay small in our shield, but to see how can I expand and be glorious, because I came here to be glorious and huge, because my soul is huge, my spirit is huge, my life force is huge. It's not for me to be tied here with fear. What is fear? False evidences appearing real. Fear is the absence of love. So, what am I choosing? Love or
Yeah. And I have a qualification I will make for those that are watching. I live on an island that has had 0 hospitalizations. And I question whether or not even the 111 PCR tests, if any of them had that were positive, had any symptoms. I think most of them had no symptoms, and now the World Health Organization has said you need to declare your cycles and compare them with your symptoms. So I'm in a relatively, it could potentially be like a no case island. And yet the fear for people still of receiving a hug, okay, that's what I want to get clear on. I'm not in London, England, right? It's a whole different vibe. Yet the fear over here is still gripping people the same way it's gripping people where there are people in the hospital dying every day. So I'm coming from it from a different perspective, just on that end of clear. However, when we talk about fear and false expectations appearing real, that's what Mena just said. It's very much, if you actually look at what's going on here on our island. However, the fear from other parts of the world, because the news media keeps saying, well, we're okay, but let me tell you what's going on in the other places. That has become real. So people are afraid where there's nothing to be afraid of, right? In that same context from what's actually been documented and happening. And we only have this moment in the now. And it's just like Mena was saying about her father. She respects his wishes and what she chooses, but she's coming from the hospital almost daily, right? She's out and about and she's still hugging her dad. So it's our choices. Everybody has a choice. There was an 85 and an 86-year-old here in Canada that they met again. They dated when they were 18, and they met again after both being married and having full lives, and their spouses died, and they just got married during the pandemic. And they said, life is meant to be lived. We're going to come together and we're going to live it because that's their choice. So it's all about what you choose, and I respect your choice. Mena respects your choice, and if the world starts to respect everybody's own choice, then that would be a huge healing from the inside out.
and I protect myself. Okay. And I protect myself sometimes to respect other people, because that's important. I don't wish to install more fear in people if I don't wear a mask or if something. It's very important for you to do what you believe. Just question yourself. What can make me happier and healthier? And this is not only about health. It's not only about physical health. It's about everything. Your job, your relationships, your money, your everything. You can heal your relationships with everything starting by you. That's the important. Starting by you. Yeah. Starting by me. making your little experiences with trust. Believe, and when you flow, when you give up your reason, your tight reason, and you open a bit, just bit to something that can be better, just believe, and you can go with the flow, and you you are not losing your everything. But sometimes when we go with the flow, and I know that Jacqueline knows that it can be much better than what we thought it would be. So don't get tied to a result. It's this. This is the way, and it's only this. And it's my mobile phone, but it could be other things. Okay. It's not only this. There are lots of ways, lots of ways of living, lots of ways of thinking. Just try something a little bit different and just see how do you feel? Light or tighter? Lighter or heavier? Choose what feels best for you. Choose, just choose what feels a little better for you. And then a little better, and then a little better. But please don't get tied to one way, one vision. Please don't do that. Because someone may know a lot of things you don't know that can be useful for you, that can serve yourself. You wish to try a different fruit. Maybe you like the flavor.
Yes, like a buffet table, a restaurant that you go to, that you get to look at all the food and choose what you want, right? Everybody can choose, and you can try something. Sometimes you go, well, since it's at the table, I'll try a little of this, and you go, oh, that was awful. and and you go, I'll never have that one again. That's just part of your experience, right? And then you go, oh, I've never had this, I'll try it. And you try a little and you go, wow, I love that. How is it I've never tried that before in my life? And we have some of that and we try it. Well, there's many things even in your house that you probably are missing. You've put a picture or a painting in a spot. It could be 10 years ago, and it's always been in that spot, and you never thought to, well, what if I change that? What does that feel like if I take that painting and put it in a different place in the house? What if I just switch two paintings? And then all these other thoughts come into your mind, like, oh, the paint behind it will be faded. It's not the right size. I don't know. And that's part of a process of to notice the habits of your mind. We become so habitual. We think habitual living is life. And living out of our habits is normal. And it's even some of the new normal. But it's natural is being in the now.
Okay,
Natural is being open to what you receive and trusting the guidance and going where you've probably never been, or seeing it a different way in your own house, in your own mind, in your own heart.
look at nature. Look at the tree. Look at the flower. They are not like this. They move. They change every day. Yes, the leaves move. The skies move. The clouds, the sea. It is never the same way every time. It changes all the time. Life is changing. Life is changing. We evolve. We are here to evolve, not to be like this. So, not to freeze. We are not here to freeze. So, We don't have to run the marathon now, but what about trying some little changes and feel if they are good? And remember, don't be like this with what people tell you or what you read or what you see in the news, because apples can be excellent for me and you don't like it. And you may prefer apples or an orange, and it's okay. What is good for me, maybe not so good for you, but give it a try. But not try like, okay, okay, now I'm going to try. Feel, feel yourself, feel inside, feel inside, feel your body. Does that look attractive to me? Okay. Does that attract me more than that other thing that other people say is good? Okay. Feel what it is good for you in this moment. Trust yourself. Trust your inner wisdom. Give it a try. Yeah,
Yes. It's all here for you. And where you can watch this over again and just notice what you're noticing. We love you.
we love you.
We're sending you a virtual hug. You know, you can rub your own arms up and down 10, 20 times and feel better, but just hug. You know, this one that Mina's taught us to
Oh,
wrap our
yeah.
hands and curl in the head.
Mhm.
Love
Thank you.
yourself. Really
Thank
love
you.
yourself and know today is all you have. This moment is all you have. Nobody promised tomorrow. Nobody promised the day after. Nobody promised the next hour. So really, really just be good to yourself and love your life. Mwah.
And love yourself. Mwah.